Let's start with the Superfast 50. TMC leader Mahua Moitra is not ready to take a step back from the Kaali route. This time she came up with a poem written in a way to take a jibe at the central government. Mahua Moitra mentions in a poem that the people of this country are not allowed to speak against hate and other problems. She also speaks about farmers' protest in her latest poem on Twitter. Kaali director Leena Manimekalai tweeted again, and this time she insulted India and tweeted that India has worsened from the largest democracy to the largest hate machine and she feels unsafe to live here. Amid the massive uproar that erupted across the country over the poster of the documentary film Kaali, filmmaker Leena Manimekalai remained unapologetic as she posted another controversial picture. The filmmaker's latest post comes a day after Twitter pulled down her tweet defending her documentary Kaali in response to a legal demand. Kaali documentary movie filmmaker Leena tweets once again. This time she targets all who passed remarks against her and a movie poster, calling them trolls. She said that the trolls will take all her creative freedom away. She further added if she gives away her freedom, fearing this right-wing mob mafia, she will give away everyone's freedom. Sahil Maharaj from the SAMAJ asserted that the kind of act will not be tolerated and said that the government should act on this or else Hindus will take things in hand and start its act.
धर्म के लोगों को, हिंदुओं को, उनके दिलों को ठेस पहुंचाने वाली बात है और ये बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है ये चीज़ें। और जहां भी ये लोग बैठे हुए हैं जो इस तरह की पोस्ट करते हैं, हमारे देवी देवताओं के लिए, हिंदुओं के देवी देवताओं को टारगेट किया जा रहा है और तो कुछ कर नहीं सकते। अब हमारे जो देवी देवता हैं, भगवान हैं, ईश्वर हैं, उनकी इस तरह की पोस्ट बना के शेयर की जा रही है। ये काफ़ी निंदनीय बात है और ये संत समाज कभी बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा।
BJP's national spokesperson Shahzad Poonawalla on Kaali filmmaker Leena Manimekalai latest tweet said that her tweet showed this is not a creative expression but a deliberate provocation. Further, BJP spokesperson added that the filmmaker is backed by Congress and TMC party. British PM Boris Johnson agreed to step down as a Conservative Party leader, triggering a leadership election for a new Tory leader who will go on to become the new Premier. He is expected to formally announce his resignation later. Alt News co-founder Mohammed Zubair, who has been charged for hurting religious sentiments, was sent to 14 days judicial custody. Alt News co-founder was taken to Sitapur jail from Sitapur court. Officials said that the perpetrators of the killing of a pharmacist in AMRAVATI might have been self-inspired by the violence carried out by the Middle East group ISIS. Meanwhile, investigators are trying to ascertain links with any terror outfit. At least 3 TMC workers were hacked and shot dead. The incident took place on Thursday morning at Gopalpur in South 24 Parganas. MLA Paresh Ram allegedly blamed BJP and said that they have done this. Police have launched an investigation following the incident. The bodies were recovered and taken for autopsy. In development in Udaipur's brutal killing, the National Investigation Agency will carry out a crime scene recreation in Udaipur. NIA will investigate the spot and is likely to interrogate more suspects today. Delhi High Court issues notice to the CBI on the appeal moved by Om Prakash Chautala against conviction in the disproportionate assets case. He has challenged the order of the special CBI court, has also sought suspension of 4 years jail sentence. PM Modi will attend the first Arun Jaitley Memorial Lecture on July 8th at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. PM to also interact with delegates participating in the 3-day Kautilya Economic Conclave event starting tomorrow. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi in Bali, where the two focused on specific outstanding issues in the bilateral relationship pertaining to the border situation. This is on the sidelines of the G20 foreign ministers meeting. The discussion between the two lasted for 1 hour. A 10-year-old was beaten to death in Saidpur area of Kathua, according to the regional commissioner Kotwal. The child's body was recovered on the same night. Meanwhile, all 4 accused, including 3 minors and an adult, have been taken into custody. The cause of the crime is still yet to be ascertained. BJP spokesperson Krishna Sagar Rao urges the Union Ministry of Home Affairs to ban the radical organization PFI owing to the recent arrest and subsequent confessions made by the suspects. The PFI has been actively radicalizing Muslim youth for years. Congress in a huddle over the reports of appointment of Viqar Rasool as next Jammu and Kashmir PCC chief. Several leaders have conveyed displeasure to Sonia Gandhi over Viqar Rasool. Meanwhile, leaders from both Azad and the Mir camp have shown displeasure on the same. Delhi High Court dismissed a public interest litigation petition seeking removal of Delhi Minister Satyendra from the cabinet. The police stated that the Jain under custody is still enjoying the privileges of a cabinet minister despite having been allegedly under serious charges. WHO Director General has said that a new sublineage of the Omicron variant of the coronavirus has been detected in countries like India. According to the Union Health Ministry, India has reported more than 18,000 cases with positivity rate standing at 4%, while the country's active cases stands at more than 1 lakh. Aam Aadmi Party MLA Akhilesh Tripathi allegedly assaulted 2 men, Guddu and his relative Mukesh Babu in Delhi's Ashok Vihar area. MLA hits Guddu with a brick when he complained about the sewage problem. He sustained injuries on left side of his head. Aam Aadmi Party MLA Akhilesh Tripathi was booked for allegedly assaulting 2 men in the Delhi's Ashok Vihar area after one of them complained about a sewage problem. Police reached the spot after a call was made at Ashok Vihar police station regarding the assault. Guddu Halwai, one of the man who was in fact being allegedly assaulted by Aam Aadmi Party MLA, pleads to Kejriwal to remove the MLA from his district. He also says that if the MLA is not removed, Aam Aadmi Party will not win the next election.
कैसे कह दिया कि मैंने ड्रिंक कर रखी है, यानी कि शिकायत करना गुनाह है, हमारे विधायक बनना गुनाह नहीं है। यानी कि जनता हमारी पागल है और हम पागल हैं, जो हम शिकायत करना भी गुनाह समझो। यानी कि वो हमारे लिए तो कुछ है ही नहीं, हमारे विधायक बन गए हैं लेकिन हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं है।
BJP spokesperson Shehzad Poonawalla criticized the behavior and action of Aam Aadmi Party MLA Akhilesh Tripathi and said that this is a true face of the party.
This is the true face of the Aam Aadmi Party. It is not Aam Aadmi Party, but in fact, it is anarchist anti-people party AAP, whose ABCD is A for advertising, B for blaming others, C for corruption, and D for dadagiri.
BJP spokesperson Praveen Kapoor said the Aam Aadmi Party has a tendency to physically assault anyone who can complain and Delhi police should take strict action against the situation. An FIR has been lodged against Aam Aadmi Party MLA Akhilesh Tripathi after he allegedly assaulted 2 men in the Ashok Vihar area of northwest Delhi. One of them, identified as Guddu Halwai, complained that the MLA has hit him and his relative Mukesh. The MLA in his defense said that the police registered a case against him based on a person who was in an inebriated condition and blamed BJP of playing politics. To garner support for his candidature, the presidential candidate for the opposition, YASHWANT Sinha, will visit Jammu and Kashmir on Sunday. According to the sources, Sinha is likely to meet leaders of different political parties, including National Conference, to seek support for his candidature during the visit. A level 2 fire broke out in a shopping mall in the Hira Nandini Powai. As we speak, no reports of any injury or casualty yet. At least 12 fire tenders rushed to the spot to douse the flames. The cause for the fire is yet to be ascertained. A special ambush party of BSF Bhuj arrested 4 Pakistan fishermen and seized 10 Pakistan fishing boats when they were sneaking into Indian territory near the Indo-Pak border in the Kutch district of Gujarat. The BSF Bhuj special ambush group observed movements between and cornered off the area. The search for the area is underway, though nothing suspicious recovered from the fishing boats. Actor Srijit Ravi was arrested over the POCSO case here. The Thrissur West police recorded his arrest for allegedly exhibiting indecent conduct before 2 minor girls in public on July 4th. A case has been registered under the POCSO Act against him, and the police informed that a detailed investigation should be carried out over the case. All schools and colleges have been shut in the coastal areas of Karnataka after the Indian Met Department predicted extremely heavy rain for coastal districts in the state. Now, the CM Bommai, along with the state authorities, have taken all necessary precautions, and NDRF have been deployed as well. Indian Met Department has predicted moderate to heavy rain in Mumbai and its suburbs over the next 24 hours. Several areas such as Andheri, Navi Mumbai and many other places in Mumbai reported heavy waterlogging. Heavy overnight rains caused flooding at various places in Maharashtra's Thane district, also led to waterlogging around CM Eknath Shinde's residence in the city. Local firemen were called to inform about the inundation near the CM's residence of the city following heavy showers throughout this night. As monsoon picked up pace, the state received widespread rainfall since last 2 days. Also, the Indian Met Department has issued a yellow alert for heavy rainfall in most districts. The warnings will continue till July 9th. About 95% of Jharkhand's arable land meant for paddy and other Kharif crops is lying fallow due to 43% monsoon rate shortfall. Farmers are worried as overall coverage of Kharif crops is only 5.32%. Indian Met Department forecast light rainfall in Delhi today. The maximum temperature could be around 37 degrees Celsius. While the IMD initially had heavy rainfall on the forecast and even issued a orange alert, but later it has been updated to light rainfall. Most weather stations in the city remain dry on the day. 3 persons died and one faced several injuries in a landslide caused by non-stop rain that took place in the Panjikal village in Dakshina Kannada district. According to Deputy Commissioner, 3 people have been rescued, out of which one is in critical condition and has been admitted to the hospital. Heavy rainfall is expected in the east and west of Madhya Pradesh for a whole week, which started from July 6th. Apart from this, heavy rains with some flooding are also likely in some areas during this period. Although the rain may stop around July 11, but then from July 12, another widespread spell of rain is expected. The death toll from heavy rainfall in Balochistan rose to 39, including scores of people missing in different parts of the province. According to the higher state officials, there was a prediction that heavy rainfall will take place in different parts of Balochistan. Following the recent spell of rain in the city, large-scale losses of lives and assets were also caused in the provincial capital, Quetta. Somnath has been facing heavy rainfall since the past few days. Post-downpour, water has accumulated in the city, causing excessive flooding of villages and cities alike have been affected due to the flooding. The farmers' crop has drowned in the flood water and has caused large destruction. Residents of Australia's state of New South Wales have been hit by heavy rains and flooding. Floodwaters were receding in Sydney and its surrounding areas, but heavy rain threatened to inundate towns in the north side of Australia's largest city. British PM Boris Johnson sacked senior cabinet colleague Michael Gove as he battled to remain in office while brushing off calls for his resignation. The Gove's firing comes after he called for Johnson's resignation, and we're expecting that Boris Johnson will quit soon today. Thousands marched through Skopje for a 5th consecutive night, protesting a proposal aiming to break a deadlock in North Macedonia's efforts to join the European Union. Police said that they found bullet casings at the scene. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that the Ukrainian forces were beginning to see the impact of Western-supplied artillery having an effect on the battlefield. Zelensky added that Ukrainian forces were advancing on several Russian defensive lines and occupied territories of the country. 2 children were reportedly killed, with 3 others injured in Donetsk in a shelling blamed on Ukraine. Eyewitnesses said that Soviet-era missiles struck a playground outside a residential home. However, no official sources have made any claim on this so far. Veteran opening batter Shikhar Dhawan will lead the Indian team, and all-rounder Ravindra Jadeja has been named the vice-captain against West Indies. Senior players like Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli have been vested for the 50-over format. Top seeded player Rafael Nadal has expressed concerns regarding his fitness ahead of his clash against Nick Kyrgios in the Wimbledon finals. Nadal claimed that he had been suffering from stomach pain and is unable to play to his customary style of tennis. All eyes are now on to see if Nadal will successfully clinch his third Wimbledon title. England beat Austria in their first clash in the Euro 2022 opener in London. England coach Serena acknowledged that part of the crowd played as her side beat Austria. England plays Norway on Monday and then Northern Ireland next Friday. Now, the North Ireland is all set to face world number 2 Norway in their opening game at the Euro 2022. Skipper Marisa said that the Northern Ireland camp seems to be calm and the team will look forward for the clash against Norway. Borussia Dortmund signed Ajax striker Sebastian on a 4-year contract to try and fill the gap left by Haaland. Now, Haller scored 34 goals for Ajax last year, including 11 in the 8 Champions League games, to reignite his career following an underwhelming 2-year stay with West Ham in the English Premier League.